What's up guys, it's James here, and in today's video, we're gonna be talking about the top 3 highest ROI amenities that you can add to your Airbnb listing. Now, if you're interested in learning more about how to manage other people's properties on Airbnb and earn a full-time income doing that without having to buy, rent, furnish any properties and start with virtually no money actually to get started with the business and earn a full-time 6-figure income, then there's a link in the description down below for how to do that. If you've got some money and you want to actually invest in short-term rental properties, you want to start buying short-term rental properties and getting incredible returns and incredible cash flow, there's a link in the description for a free training on that as well. Virtually anything you're looking to do with Airbnb, we've got trainings down below in the description that are going to help walk you through step by step exactly how to succeed with doing it. So I highly recommend you check those out. Links again in the description down below. Now let's jump into it and start talking about the 3 top amenities that you can add to your listing that are guaranteed to provide an incredible return on the investment that you're going to spend on adding these amenities. Now, amenity number 1 should come as no surprise, and that is blazing fast Wi-Fi. Even if it is going to be really expensive for you to add Wi-Fi to your property or add really fast Wi-Fi to your property, for example, maybe you're rural and you're considering getting Starlink, something like that, it is going to be worth your while. The reality is that with almost any listing in the world, Wi-Fi is an expectation just as much as water, and frankly, even more than water, because a lot of the places in the world you can travel to and you understand there is not going to be potable drinking water at the property, but you still expect fast Wi-Fi. And so it also is just going to open your property up to more guests. You're going to have people that are able to do a sort of work from home setup and actually work from your property. So you're just going to have a greater amount of demand for that property, and guests are going to be willing to pay more for that property. Now, it's not to say that you can't market an off-grid retreat that doesn't have Wi-Fi and can't do well with it. But if you have the option, then I generally recommend having Wi-Fi and having a fast package. It's as fast as you can get at the property because it's just going to open you up to more potential demand at the property. So that's the number 1 amenity that you can add. What about number 2? In my opinion, this is going to be a mixture of different amenities that you're going to want to pick and choose depending on the actual property and the ideal guest you have. But it's going to be hot tubs, saunas, some of those larger ticket amenities that really add to the guest experience. Now, yes, those do come at a price. You're going to be spending probably a few $1,000s getting a hot tub or a sauna set up at the property, but they're again going to help the property to perform better and beat out the competition. Anything that has a little bit higher barrier to entry where other hosts are potentially not going to be adding that amenity to their listing, that's going to give you a competitive advantage. Now, the other nice thing is that if you have a listing that caters towards, for example, tourists or travelers, families, friend groups, then that's just going to add another element of kind of a great experience to their stay. Another thing for them to do, another thing for them to relax with. And this might be slightly different from property to property, what type of amenity you choose in this category overall. But I do recommend adding these kind of bigger ticket amenities if the market that you're in makes sense for it, because the returns can be phenomenal, not only in getting the property booked for higher amounts and getting it booked more over the competition, but also for potentially keeping you booked in lower seasons out of the year. And so for us, with the properties that we own, they're in an area that does really, really well in the summertime, but traditionally doesn't do so well in the wintertime. So by adding a hot tub and a sauna to our properties, we're able to get a steady flow of bookings all throughout the winter months as well, which really helps to kind of smooth out our revenue and just overall earn a lot more on the property. So those are the first 2 highest ROI amenities. Our third one is honestly a bit of a no-brainer for most listings, with the exception of maybe some business travel focused listings. I'd recommend adding some games. Now, this can be anything from just your typical board games to video games to yard games to use outdoors. Really depends on the listing and depends on who your ideal guest is. But these things are going to cost very, very little to set up. A video game console and system and games is going to cost a few $100s. Getting some board games, you're not going to spend more than a couple $100s. And getting some yard games, again, is just going to be a couple $100s. So on most listings, 1 or 2 bookings is going to get you 100% 100% return on that investment. And it's safe to say that you're going to be able to do that over the course of a year and well beyond that. So getting these games is really just going to add, again, another reason for guests to want to book your place. It's going to get you even better reviews from your guests, which are then going to trickle into creating even more bookings in the future. And again, because the cost of actually setting these things up is so minimal, it's just kind of a no-brainer. So that's the third set of amenities that I would highly recommend, is adding some games to your listing. And that kind of rounds out the top 3 most valuable amenities. But I'll ask you this question as well. What are some amenities that you've added to your listing that have really been a hit with guests and that you're convinced have increased the performance of your listing? Let me know in the comment section down below. I always recommend that you really take the time to think about who your ideal guest is and exactly what they're going to care most about. Obviously, this is a kind of general list, but there are going to be specifics for your property and your ideal guest that are going to really apply the best and are going to do really well with your listing. So let me know what you think those are in the comments down below. If you like this video, if you got some insight from it, if you got value from it, then please give it a like, hit that like button. It really does help me out tremendously with growing this channel, getting these videos in front of more people, and helping more people with Airbnb. On that note, if you are interested in either managing other people's properties or investing in properties and earning a full-time income from the cash flow of those properties, then check out the free trainings that are linked in the description down below. They're going to walk you through everything step by step, give you some tools. And again, they're completely free, as are the tools that we're going to leave you with to help you get started. Last but not least, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I know from looking at my stats that a lot of you guys watch these videos all the time, but aren't yet subscribed to the channel. And that's a real shame. I want to make sure that you're subscribed so you get access to the 2 new videos we post every single week, helping you to grow and improve with Airbnb and make more money and have more success on Airbnb. So all that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.